Hello everyone, welcome to GS Maharashtra Summit Day 2. Today we have with us Prasad Seth. Prasad is a tech speaker, Slack community code leader, tech evangelist, and at Mozilla and software developer. He is passionate about meeting developers and helping in solving their problems. He was featured twice by TEDx. He was a speaker at global conference DevRelCon 2020. He is featured in the global credit list of Mozilla Firefox and awarded as Firefox Ambassador of the Month. He has developed several apps, including a recent voice touch alert, which is very helpful to reduce the spread of coronavirus. He is District Secretary at Rotaract International Organization and past District Professional Development Director, and has been mentoring more than 80 plus Rotaract clubs in organizing professional developer centric events for 2000 plus Rotaract members. He has been honored by Young Innovator Award for his contribution in the field of information technology. He is also featured by various media such as TEDx, ABP News TV, News Nation TV, NASCOM, Times of India, Economic Times, Maharashtra Rediff News, Inventors London, Old Oak Soul Germany, and in many other media platforms. I hand over to you, Prasad.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Sakshi, for a wonderful introduction. Yeah. Hello everyone. To start with, I'm Prasad Said. I'm a tech speaker, a community manager, and a software developer. So, I must say, GirlScript Maharashtra has come up with an amazing initiative of organizing a regional summit. And I'm sure this will definitely help developers in building amazing applications and also help them to learn from some industry experts, some skills that are required by the industry. So I always support such kind of programs, which not only help you to build products, but also upskill you professionally. Basically in today's session, I'm going to talk about how different collaborative resources helps for effective remote work. So yeah, so to begin with, you all must be thinking why we are discussing about collaborative resources. Well, that's because in software development, different development teams often needs to work together to build great products. And successful collaboration leads to better results, fewer misunderstandings, and less rework, and ultimately smarter delivery of products. But getting everyone on the same page isn't always easy. And that's why the most effective way to maximize the productivity of team is by using the collaboration tools. Whether you are a student about to write the first line of your code or an experienced developer who is going to get a new project, collaborative resources will always get you up to speed on the technology and hacking in no time. So there are many collaborative resources that you can use, for example, Slack, Trello, GitHub, and many other. So I feel for a collaborative software to be useful and to actually increase the productivity, it needs to have certain important features. For example, it should have independent goals combined with collective ones. What I mean is the best collaboration software is always transparent. You can see what others are working on and you can add your suggestions as well. It means everyone should be aware of each team member's functions. There should be a shared access to the code control. Suppose if one of your team member goes on a vacation and another one comes in, then the other one should be able to jump right in without any bottleneck. So thus good collaboration software should include logs. It should notify everyone when the code is changed and it should prevent the tech debt. So when it comes to collaboration software, automation is also very much important. You should be able to automate tasks such as planning the meetings, scheduling calls, uploading reports, and setting the deadlines. And of course, when we talk about a collaboration software, it is obvious that it should uh, provide tools or it should help in coordination between the different teams. So for the designers, you should be able to share your designs. For developers, you should be able to share your code snippets with the UI team or the UX team at any stage of the project. And let me tell you guys, according to a recent survey, a developer survey by Stack Overflow, it was observed that all the professional developers who responded to the survey, almost 82% of developers around the globe use GitHub, and more than half use Slack. That is around 56% of professional developers use Slack as the collaborative software. Now we'll talk about how communities like GirlScript can benefit from these collaborative tools. So I always feel sharing ideas and suggestions, free communication, and quick meetups, because even the smallest details are the major factors behind the success of any developer community or any software product. So in the script community, in order to ensure the seamless, effective, and productive communication between the mentors and team members and other subordinates, communities like GirlScript can use different collaboration tools. Uh, a quick research by Atlassian, which was conducted recently, shows that 59% teams identify the lack of proper communication as the biggest obstacle to success. So, after reading this research paper, I always feel that communication, just like development and testing, should be automated. And yes, so with that in mind, let's talk about different collaborative platforms that can help you. Let's talk about Slack. So yes, Slack is one of the most popular collaborative tools with users across the world. It has drag and drop features for files, images, code snippets, PDFs, videos, and many more. You can basically drag and drop these files to collaborate with your team and to get feedback from them. And Slack has over 1500 apps in its directory which can be integrated with it, and there are over 450,000 custom apps which are built by developers like you and me, and that are used every week basically. So yeah. So there are more than 6 lakh developers building on Slack, and more than 90% paid customers use Slack apps. Using Slack apps, you can pull reports, you can start calls, you can file tickets, and there are many other features available right within the Slack. So Slack is integrated with several apps such as, for example, GitHub, GitLab, Jira, Dropbox, Google Drive, MailChimp for designers, Canva, and many more. So you just name it, and Slack has almost all the applications and integrations that you need for the work. So there's a lot of surface work that happens in a multitude of places. Just a quick question: how many of you have more than one tab or application open on your computer at all times? Just type it down, yes or no. Okay. So uh, because I know I do, I have more than one tab or application open on my computer at all times, and we know that a company has tens of thousands of workflows, and like most of the folks at the company, you would be using a wide variety of tools and softwares to get your work done. So the most important thing that I love about Slack is that you don't need to switch tabs while working. So this helps you to speed up the collaboration with your external partners. Slack allows you sending direct messages, files, images, and many other code snippets and many other things to your colleagues or teammates, either in groups or individually. So you can easily organize every department by creating its own channel and by adding all of its members in the channel. So, for instance, in a GirlScript Summer of Code program, for example, Namrata is a part of one of the team, and within the team, you might have some members working on development, some members are working on designing part, and some are working on the testing part. So, for this, team lead can simply create a channel in Slack and give the team a name. For example, for the QA team, the name of the channel can be QA Ninjas, and team lead can add QA team members to that particular channel. So similarly, you can do it for development as and for designing team. So they will receive all the notifications which team lead shares with the team in this channel. And if team needs to share anything else, obviously they can share it via this channel. There is also an option to create a private channels in Slack. So private channels are invite only channels. Slack admin can invite some members to join the private channels. Yeah. So now let's look at some of the important features of Slack. So sending email into Slack is often an overlooked feature, but that's handy anytime you want to share information with your team. You can send emails directly from your inbox into a Slack channel or through direct messages. Another important feature of Slack is you can create and assign tasks. You can assign tasks to your team members using Asana and Trello integration into the Slack. You can always add a message to a pull request. You can use GitHub and Bitbucket to integrate and add a message to a pull request into the Slack itself. So Slack apps funnel push notifications from GitHub and other services. So this automates and streamlines communication, leading ultimately to faster and safer code deployments. Uh, there is also an option of work tracking in the Slack. So your team can use Slack for work tracking using Jira tickets integration into the Slack. And Slack also supports voice and video calling as well. So you can utilize these features to talk to your teammates about the latest development underway. So some of my favorite type of apps are the culture maker. So what I mean is these apps are creative ways through which people have a little bit fun at work. So to give you an example, at Nvidia, which is a technology company, they have built a Slack bot that takes popcorn orders from the hungry employees and which are then delivered by a robot named Carter. So this is a good example of how companies are using Slack. Now let's talk about how you can build Slack apps. So you can build a Slack app using Bolt framework. This is a framework created by Slack. If you are building an app with JavaScript, then Bolt is a way to get started. And if you are from those who want to build using Python or Node, then for them Slack has released a Python SDK and the Node SDK. So it is very much easy to create a Slack app using these SDKs and the framework. So this is the general overview of how Slack looks like. In the left sidebar, you can see the different channels. There's a marketing team channel. Under that, there are design team channel. There's a social media team channel. There's a media and PR team. So all the team members in a company involved with social media can be into that particular channel, and they can discuss about different strategies that they need to do, schedule call meetings and shares everything, files, images, anything. uh, in the center you can see this is a, chat interface of the Slack. And yeah, this was the general overview of how Slack looks like. uh, So we have seen how Slack is a wonderful platform for team collaboration. Uh, Now, what if I tell you that you can build your own collaborative app? Yes, you heard it right. Imagine people communicating through messages, voice, and video right within your collaborative software using Twilio. So Twilio allows you to create your own collaborative app without worrying about infrastructure or carriers. So basically, Twilio allows software developers to programmatically make and receive the phone calls. You can send and receive text messages and perform other communication functions as well. So the Twilio API gives you access to the global communications network, so you can focus your resources on building the right user experience. So now we'll see what you can actually build with Twilio. So you can build amazing things. For example, you can uh, create your own conference calling application. In the current lockdown and pandemic situation, we all have understood the importance of conference calling app. So you can create your own. You can also create phone system, web chat, and many other things using Twilio. So to give you an example of some of the collaborative platforms that you can build using Twilio are one that I remember is you can build your own collaborative use case using Twilio and WhatsApp. So you can integrate the Twilio and WhatsApp APIs. So there are many companies which uses Twilio and have built some awesome collaborative tools, I would say. Like the one I remember is a company called Front, which had made SMS collaborative. And another use case that I found interesting was collaborative music playlist using Twilio. So these are some of the examples um, about Twilio. So you can build all these collaborative apps on all types of platforms. You can build it for iOS, Android, and as well as web. So you just need to go on and visit www.twilio.com, and you will find all sort of Twilio APIs which will help you to build your own collaborative apps. Yeah. So building an app using Twilio is very easy. You can build your own collaborative conference calling app in just 5 minutes. Uh, there are various APIs and SDKs provided by Twilio, which makes it easy to develop apps for web, mobile, and serverless. So you can completely rely on Twilio API because it has 99.99% of API success rate. So you can create apps in any of your favorite programming languages. For example, you can create an app using PHP or Java or C hash or Python, Node, um, Ruby, as well as JavaScript. Yeah. So yeah, it's very easy to create a collaborative app using Twilio. Uh, Talk more about the collaborative tools. We have seen that building apps on Slack or using Twilio API to build apps can be easy if you use a collaboration service named GitHub. You all must be knowing what GitHub is. So people sometimes still get confused between what Git is and what GitHub is. So I would like to say that basically Git is a tool that tracks the changes in your code over the time, while GitHub is a website where you host all of your Git repositories. So I want to start by defining what GitHub is. So basically, GitHub is the largest web-based Git repository hosting service. It allows for code collaboration, and it adds extra functionality on top of Git, like it has its own user interface. You can add documentation about your app on GitHub itself, and you can also feature some requests to any open source software that is being built using GitHub. And GitHub is a company which was founded in 2008. So many people come to GitHub because they are invited by teammates or classmates who use it for their projects. But why do people use GitHub for these projects? The only reason is because GitHub is a collaboration platform. So when you start with a project, in the initial days of the project, the code is manageable. It is very much limited. It is easy to understand, and only a few comments in the code can help a lot. But as the project grows and as several other developers join the project, the code becomes more and more complex. So every developer is working on his own side of the project, and the moment a developer is finished with a module, he can push his code to a GitHub, and the project manager can easily track the changes that is being made throughout. So this is how the GitHub uh, allows you to work in a collaborative environment. Uh, to understand better what GitHub is, let me give you a simple example. Say your mom buys you a giant Lego set for your birthday that allows you to build a New York City. So that might take years for you to build if you work on your own. So you tell your mom that I want my friends along with me to help me build it. But your mom doesn't want you guys to make a mess at your home. So you decide to build the Lego set in the park. You can take your code uh, um, the Lego to a GitHub and share it with everyone. So those who want to use your code will fork your code. So what is mean by forking your code is nothing but just it means that they will copy the code so that they can work on it on their own. Okay, so it's almost like someone borrowing your Lego so that they can build something on their own, except you don't have to lose any of your own Legos. They get to clone your Legos. Okay, so now your friends can work on what you are working on, and uh, some friends can focus on building apartment buildings, and some other friends can focus on building office buildings. So when your friends bring all the pieces together, you will have a completed Lego set. So that's what is called the pushing of the code, and yeah, that's GitHub in a nutshell. So Yeah, I guess that's it from my side. This is how you can make use of collaboration tools for your team, and you can connect with me on any of the social media platforms. And I would like to thank GirlScript Maharashtra for giving me this wonderful opportunity to talk on such an amazing platform. And kudos to all the event organizers for taking all the efforts and organizing such an informative and insightful summit. So it's really heartening to see the work that GirlScript is doing to enable this. So I would actually like to give a round of applause to all the organizers of GirlScript Maharashtra Summit. And yeah, if you guys have any kind of questions, you can ask me. Okay, I guess there is a question from Vidya. Which one of your favorite video application? Uh, I guess I already mentioned about it. Uh, there is a company called Front who had made SMS Collaborative, and there is one developer, I don't remember his name, but he had made the complete musical playlist collaborative, just like what Spotify does, I guess. Yeah. There's a question from Ayushi. How do we learn to develop apps on Twilio, and is it very time intensive? Uh, yeah, you can just visit Twilio, www.twilio.com, and just check out their developer documents out there. It's very easy to create a Twilio application. As I said, for creating a collaborative conference app, it just needs 5 minutes to create it using JavaScript. And Twilio provides you a lot of options to create app. I mean the programming language options. So you can basically create Twilio apps in any of your favorite programming language. They have a wide variety of support. You can create apps on iOS, Android, uh, and for the web as well using the JavaScript. And yeah, so basically it has all the APIs and SDKs that you need. You can build apps using PHP, Java, C Hash, Python, Node, Ruby, JavaScript, any of your favorite programming language. So it is not very much difficult to create a collaborative app using Twilio. Uh, any more questions? Okay. I guess there are no more questions. So uh, if you have any kind of doubt, any kind of questions, you can just connect with me on any of my social media platforms. Yeah, so that's it for today. Okay, I guess there are some questions I'll take. Okay, there's a question. How do we take developers to Slack? Uh, I didn't got your question. How do we take developers to Slack? Basically, there are a lot of developer communities out there who use Slack. So if you have a developer community, just like GirlScript, you can create your own Slack workspace, and you can invite developers by sending an email. Uh, the email can consist of a link to your Slack workspace that you have created, and just in that way you can invite developers, or you can, if you have a website, you can just put the Slack workspace link on the website, and developers can just click and join that workspace. And if the question is like how do we take developers how developers can create Slack apps, then just visit slack.com and just go to the developer docs section. You'll find ample of tutorials out there, ample of documentations that are written. Um, there are some starter kits, I mean boilerplates, which helps you to build a Slack app easily. Okay. Okay, Namrata is asking that really is a major issue when developers don't have this habit to maintain everything on Slack. Any tips to attract developers to come to Slack? Yeah, I guess a lot of developers out there in any company uses Slack. So a lot of people are familiar with what Slack is. But if any developer is not familiar with Slack, has a very easy interface, I would say, and it has almost all the integrations that a developer needs, right from, as I said, right from sharing the code snippets to GitHub integration. You can even do bug tracking in it. So it is very much useful for any developers. Uh, it also allows you to work in a um, non-distracted manner. So you you don't need to open multiple tabs at the same time in your browser. You just need to open a Slack, and that's pretty much it. So your work is done uh, right within the Slack. You don't need to open a GitHub in another tab. You don't need to open your, for example, uh, if you want to attend a developer meeting with your other team members, then you need to open Zoom in another tab. Then you need to maybe open, uh, maybe for testing you need to, or for bug tracking you need to open another tab. Then for maintaining the code, you can open Jira into the other tab. So you just don't need to do this. You just need to open a single Slack app and integrate everything that you need. Um, and yeah, so your work is done. So right within the Slack. So it helps you to work in a non-distracted manner. Okay, there's a question from Sakshi. So Uh, the question is, can you talk about the technologies that students should focus post-pandemic situation? Yeah, definitely. So I feel students should focus on basically decide whether you want to be a front-end developer or a back-end developer. Once you have a clear mindset that you want to be a front-end developer, uh, I would say focus on for front-end developers, focus on HTML, CSS, JavaScript. This is the basic thing that a front-end developer needs to know. And apart from that, try to be a master in any one of the front-end framework. It can be Angular, it can be React, it can be Vue, or it can be anything else. So just keep mastering that. Talking about back-end part of the development, I would say just be a master in. Yeah. So just be a master in any one of the backend backend language, be it Java, be it Python, or anything else. So yeah. Another thing I would say is yeah. Give me a second. Okay, so another important thing is the post-pandemic situation. Things would be different in the IT industry. So I would suggest students to focus on uh, AI, learning AI, that is machine learning, because there will be a lot of demand in creating different artificial intelligence applications. So if possible, try to learn AI. There will be I would say top five skills according to me that would be in demand post-COVID for the post-COVID jobs. there would be a large demand for data engineers, data analysts. There will be a large demand for cloud-based engineers in the cyber security field as well, digital marketing and business analytics. So I would suggest that students can focus on these technologies and can develop their skills. Yeah, there's a question that I find Trello UI a bit boring. Do you know any of the alternative to Trello? Uh, I guess Asana provides the same thing that Trello provides. Maybe try using Asana then. Okay. Tapan is asking, can you explain a bit about Jira and Bitbucket with Slack? So yeah, it's pretty much simple to integrate Jira and Bitbucket in the Slack itself. You just need to go to Slack app directory. Uh, there you can find more than 1500 apps uh, that are already built, and you can just go into your Slack workspace and uh, yeah, you can just add that integration into your Slack workspace. Yeah. Basically, what happens? Many developers use Jira and Bitbucket, so it's just like GitHub. So uh, the way you work on GitHub is the same that you work with Jira and Bitbucket. So all the push notifications that different developers on onto the Bitbucket can be integrated into the Slack. So you don't need to go to Jira. Uh, Within the Slack itself, you can just check it out, which developer pushed which code, and if the issue has been assigned to you, you will get a Slack notification immediately within the Slack. So yeah. Have you used Notion before, and what are your views on Notion versus Slack? Yes, I have used Notion before, uh, but I find Slack more easy and comfortable. Ultimately, it's your choice. If you feel that Notion is better than Slack, then it's ultimately your choice because the requirement of every person is different. But I feel Slack has almost all the integrations and workflows already out there, and Slack has been into this collaborative tools. Uh, I would say a market from a long time. So it has a good support also. So I feel Slack is better, but if you feel Notion gives you the tools or the workflows that are better for your kind of work environment, of course you can anytime use Notion. It all depends on the need, basically. What which platform fulfills your work needs. Uh, are there any more questions? Uh, yeah, there's a question. What about Discord? I find Slack and Discord very similar. Which one is the better? Uh, yeah, so as I said, Discord was actually built with the keeping in mind like the main focus of the company of Discord for gaming. So most of the gamers use Discord. Uh, yeah, for using Discord as well now. So I feel. Discord and Slack are similar in some ways. There are some features that Discord has which are not in the version, uh, there are versions of Slack and also. So yeah, I feel it's all up to you. Whatever the platform fulfills your need, um, just go ahead and use that. But I feel personally, I feel Slack. It is very much easy to use, and um, and yeah. So okay. So I guess that's it. There are no more questions. If you have any questions, guys, you can connect with me on any of the social media platforms. And yeah, so that's it. Thank you, GirlScript Maharashtra. Sakshi, maybe you can take over now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prasad, for taking out time from your schedule and guiding us. We are glad that we invited you, and I'm sure our audience must have found a lot of.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Sakshi is not audible actually.
Am I audible now?
Yeah,
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining. It was a great session.
okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Hi guys, thank you so much for showing so much interest, and we have something really special waiting for you all. There's a quiz, and I hope you all are not getting goosebumps by hearing the word quiz. The people who are not from a tech background or who are not tech savvy need not worry. We have some really easy quiz for all of you. So don't worry. The link for the quiz will be shared in the chat box. Please join with the link. Enter your name, your mobile number, which has a WhatsApp account associated with it, and your email address. And you'll get 10 minutes to finish all the questions. We have something really excited waiting for the winners. So please go ahead and start the quiz. So, guys, do you know yesterday was Programmers Day? I hope all our CS students and the engineers also who love coding must have made full utilization of the day. Since it was a leap year, so we had it yesterday. Do you know the significance behind it? Well, it's the hexadecimal hundredth day of the year. Does it not sound interesting? We have 2 to the power 1, 2, 3, 4, so many digits. But the 256 is the number which is less than 356. And so, on the 256th day, which stands for hexadecimal 100, we have the Programmers Day celebrated. So each year we had it on the 13th of September, but since 2020 is really special as it's a leap year, so we had it on the 12th of September. You can share all your coding experiences in the chat box. We'd really love to see it. And meanwhile, all the guys who are taking the quiz, best of luck. We hope you are doing really well. Now, talking something about GirlScript. GirlScript has always motivated young students and budding engineers to get motivated towards technologies, to work more and more in the domain of newer technologies, to soar to new limits. You know, we can't achieve anything if we remain constrained by our powers. You need to push your boundaries. You need to come out of the box, and only then you can succeed. And GirlScript Foundation has always tried to realize this objective. It has always tried to instill the confidence in you so that you get ready to face the world and take India to new heights of prosperity. We have so many genius in India. We have Shakuntala Devi, we have Arya Bhatt. They have done really commendable job in their field. But still we run after Charles Babbage and Elon Musk. Do you know the main reason behind it? The main reason is that we could not spread our technology to such a wide scale as they did. So GirlScript Foundation always tries to make the masses more tech efficient. And with this motto, we are here with the GirlScript Summit. We want each of you to be educated technology wise, coding, programming, everything should be everyone's cup of tea. I hope you all are having a really great time here. You know what the winners are going to get? Any guesses? Please, we want some guesses. Please flood our comment box with your opinions. What, according to you, should be the winner sketching? Show some interest, guys. Please comment. Well, a lot of suspense is also not a good thing. So, for the winners will have full access to Git command line and Golang lessons by Japan's leading MOOC, Progate. Doesn't that sound interesting? Well, I'm sure that all of you must be wondering about these courses. They are really full-on quality courses. You are going to learn so many things after going through these courses. But that's not all. We have something more. Any guesses? We are giving free tickets to GirlScript India Summit for all the winners. Can you guys believe it? The 450 rupees ticket, you'll be getting it for free if you win this quiz. So please go ahead and keep your best foot forward. Show your worth to the society.
चालू आहे. नाही आता सुरू होईल. हम्म. सांगितलं की काय?
So, guys, are you all participating in the quiz? Those who have still not participated, it's a gentle reminder. Please go to the link and participate. And post this, we'll be having a panel discussion. For the panel discussion, we'll be having Nikunj Ladani, who is an eminent speaker. We are having Prasad Seth, and we'll also have Neha K. So you need to have some description of the speakers, right? You must have met Nikunj Ladani yesterday. He is in the design and research, good work, affinity, and the ex-head of design at MyGlam. For Prasad Seth, what do I speak? You have heard him just right now before this session. He is an eminent tech speaker, Slack community reader, and software developer. Neha K is mobility specialist and HR at IKEA Group. Please show your interest. Share the link with your fellow friends and encourage them to participate in the quiz and in the summit. It's going to be really full of knowledge, entertainment, and lots of other things which you'll come to know in a while. For the participants of the quiz and the lucky winners, you'll be contacted on your email address for the prizes. We see that you guys are really waiting for the winners list. Guys, don't worry, the winner announcement will be done shortly. Hold on, guys. Please show some patience. Winner announcement will be done shortly. Guys, we'll be stopping at 4:05 and the winner announcements will be done shortly after that. Please show your patience and please give your best shot. Another really cool announcement coming your way. We won't have three typical winners like everyone else has. We are going to have the top 7 as our winners. Doesn't that sound really interesting? Instead of 3, we are going to have 7 lucky winners. We are having Engineers Day coming really soon. And by really soon, I guess all the engineers must have been reminded of how soon it is. So, what are your plans for the Engineers Day? Amidst COVID, we have really seen the importance of emerging technologies like cloud computing, data science, machine learning. Are you into any of these technologies? Please let us know in the chat box. And are you going to prepare anything special? A special project or something for the betterment of society or the enhancement of your skill set? Is it really so? Please share your ideas with us in the chat box. We'll be really very happy to see your engagement there. Winners, you'll be contacted soon after the panel discussion. So don't go anywhere. Just after the panel discussion, we have something really very special waiting for you all. Please tell us what did you like and any suggestions you have for the summit or your views and opinions regarding GirlScript Maharashtra. We're happy to resolve and pick your comments. Guys, please engage yourself in the comment box. So there was some tech issues. Guys, please write in the comment box about your experience of the 2-day GirlScript Maharashtra virtual summit and any tips and suggestions you have for the GirlScript India Summit. We'll be really happy to hear them. The wait is finally over. I am having the winners list with me. So, the 7 winners for today's events are Karan Kapoor, Anshit, Vigneshwaran Venkateshwar, Dhanalakshmi Venkatesan, Anurag Singh, Sushant, and Shubham. You all will be contacted very shortly. We are having your email IDs. Please wait patiently, as I have been saying since so many minutes. Please wait, and you will get really exciting offers for you. Winners, we have your email IDs, but for being doubly sure, please add your email IDs in the comments. We'll get back to you after the panel discussion is over. Please take it seriously. Add your email IDs in the comment box to confirm your presence and to confirm your email IDs so that we get doubly sure and award you for your brilliant achievement. So, guys, do you know what it takes to bridge the gap between students and technocrats, aspirations and realization, dreamer and doer? Well, all these words are not just words, they mean a lot in the life of freshers. All it takes is crisp knowledge, an indomitable grit, and a guiding light. So, GirlScript Foundation has always wanted to be the torchbearer of your career. Invest your trust in us and be benefited today and always. Technology and education are few things which never go waste. You may not realize their worth today, but they will surely reap their benefits someday or the other. And you may feel that it was a blessing in disguise for you when you had read it or studied it. You may not realize the importance of it now, but you never know what day they'll come and bless you. So, guys, keep learning and show your trust and interest in GirlScript Foundation. We keep on launching courses and speaker sessions for you all to get benefited, and many of them are for free of cost. We want nothing from you except your dedication and will to achieve more and more. And the skies are limit, but still try to reach for the stars. Go beyond the skies and show the world that you are really a man or a woman of metal. Please keep motivated, stay motivated, and please show your worth.
Thank you so much, Apurva, for conducting this quiz. Now we have with us Namrata More. She is the lead of Maharashtra Summit and she has been alone handling it all very well. I'll invite her to say a few words before we start the panel discussion.
Hello, all. So, as Sakshi said, I am leading this, but I'm not doing it all alone. I have all my members with me who have been a great support. Even when I didn't had time for the summit to work it out, then these members were the ones who have been really like they've come out of their way in managing things out here in doing things out, and they've come out with some very different topics this time. We usually have very tech related topics, we have hands-on sessions, but this time we thought that let's come up with something like a panel discussion where we discuss for post pandemic things. So we have speakers who are not just technical. We have HR with us who can actually guide us with what we should do for getting employed. Or then we have Nikunj with us, who is a researcher in design, who can help us with understanding something other than design, something other than technology. It's like he's the one. Yesterday we had a session with him where he explained combining blockchain and design. So you can understand he is a UX designer and he's working on blockchain at the same time. So that is something very special about him. And we just had Prasad at 3 o'clock. So we'll be having Prasad again with us. And I think, yeah, so that is the thing. And there are a lot of other things also that we'll be getting. In the comment section, you can mention all your doubts and we'll go through those. We already have taken out some of the questions from the registration forms. And so we'll take this जितना भी हो सकता है, we'll solve the questions out. And other than that also, after the session also, you can reach out to any one of us, you can reach out to any of the speakers, they're really great. And yeah, so Sakshi, do we have all the panelists here? So maybe we can start.
Yes.
Okay, so
So
here
right
we
now
go.
we have with us Neha. And Nikunj, there's some technical issue with Prasad. I think he'll be joining in a few minutes.
Yeah,
Sure. I won't be able to start my camera because
that's
because
completely fine,
That's
yeah.
okay.
Nikunj.
Cool.
Okay, so Prasad is here too.
Yeah,
Hey, hello everyone. I would say that nice to meet you guys. We all are virtually sitting, and technology has its own advantages. That we are being so far, and with the different time zones, still collaborating to kind of help out with so many questions and problems together. It is a really nice platform that you people are starting with. So congratulations and good luck, and we'll see how we go along with this entire forum.
yeah. Thank you so much. If you can introduce yourself a little, maybe.
Absolutely. Um, well, I'm Neha. I've been professionally, I would like to give a more of introduction perspective. I'll keep the personal part of the introduction later. Well, I'm working as an HR specialist, more predominantly in the area of mobility. The people who don't understand mobility, it has nothing to do with the mobile phone or with the vehicles. It's more like, you're helping the hiring manager or probably line of business manager in order to move people cross borders. So my area basically, enables me to get in touch with the migration board and other spokes involved into that, for example relocation and everything, where I help a candidate from a different country to come to Sweden, or probably from Sweden to different part of the world. I'm working with ICANN. It's a quite huge name globally. It's the largest and the probably the most commonly used furniture retail company in the entire world. So I'm on a very small role. I can say it's so complex and so huge in itself that I'm only helping a bit in that. Personally, I'm obviously living in Sweden from past 5 years. I've been working here from past 4 years, and the journey has been very incredible.
Of course, and we're really glad to have you here with us. And I think this is something really great of virtual platform that we're joining from really different parts of the world right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. Prasad, if you can introduce yourself a little, yeah, can
Yeah, sure.
again.
So, hello everyone, I'm Prasad Seth. I'm a tech speaker, a community manager, and a software developer. So, I'm very much passionate about evangelizing tech, meeting new developers, and helping in solving their problems. I've been a part of global communities, startups, and upskilling initiatives. I've developed some apps which have more than 30,000 downloads. And recently, in the current lockdown, I have developed a face touch alert app, which helps in reducing the infection of coronavirus. And my work has been appreciated by various media, various news channels, newspapers, magazines, and yeah, I've received some awards too. And GirlScript Maharashtra has come up with this amazing panel discussion, and I love the topic as it is very much crucial to know the views of industry experts. Uh, yeah, so thank you.
Of course, yeah. And we just had a session of Prasad at 3 o'clock, so that was superb, and we had a lot of questions also for that. So yeah, we also have some few more questions after you went, so we just took those questions also for the panel. And Nikunj, if you can introduce yourself a little.
Sure. Thanks, Namrata. Hi, Neha. Hi, Prasad. Hi, Sakshi. Hi, everyone. Yeah, nice to meet you all. Yeah, so I'm Nikunj.
Hi.
I'm in Bombay. I am a product designer, and recently I have been working on a product called Good Worker, where we are trying to solve the problem of getting migrant workers proper livelihood, not only jobs, with the power of blockchain in the background, where the data theft and the identity thefts are not happening. Because so I believe in a world where internet is free for everyone. So I believe that your profile should not be facebook.com/namrata. It should be namrata.com/facebook. Right. So your Facebook profile should be that. So that's where I am moving forward with my whole career, and I believe so. There is this concept I believe in called Internet Republic. So if you compare our predecessors, they fought for the land, the wars happened for the land, right? But the land is limited, so now everyone has a right to own a land. Similarly, internet is also a land, and you have a right to own your information on internet. So we are starting small, and the immediate problem to solve is giving those workers back their jobs, and they did not share their license and Aadhaar card and passport and ration card, everything, just to get a job or wherever their ID proof is required. They will be in control of their sharing their information to employers or to anyone out there. So that's a little bit of the thing which I'm working on as a designer, and I believe in these things. And yeah, this COVID has given me a lot of time to think about, and what is the next problem to solve, being a designer and stuff. So yeah, that's, and you guys have to actually literally stop me if once I start talking. I can just go and on like for a lot of minutes, like. So yeah, that's
Right,
all.
right.
See.
I think we all are the same here, because I think for a panel discussion, when we think of having people, we usually have such people who can talk for like hours on one single question, right? So, yeah, to give a quick introduction of me too, I am a regional, GirlScript regional head of Maharashtra. I'm handling Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, and Jharkhand states as of now. And apart from GirlScript, I am leading women tech makers in Pune. Then I'm associated to lot of communities, and I have immersed in technology via communities. I'm basically a mechanical engineer. I'm a 2020 pass out, so I'm not even an engineer yet. We haven't got our results yet, but yeah, I have moved into technology because of communities. I've been in these communities. I've talked to people. I have explored tech. And I try to implement this in my mechanical projects and interdisciplinary projects, wherein I am really succeeded with it using some RedX technologies via MIT Media Lab. We were connected to that in our college. So where that I got exposure, where we got connected with really great, not only project owners, product owners, where we converted these small projects into products. So that was where I started, and I love to talk to people like you all. And yeah, I think we'll start with the panel discussion. I'm also talking a lot. So yeah, Sakshi.
Okay, so, hi, my name is Sakshi Joshi. I am currently in fourth year of my computer engineering. I've been like just like Namrata, been a part of various communities with common love to talk, to share, and to learn new things. So I joined GirlScript I think around 2 months ago, and since then it's been a great journey. Supporting women in tech, supporting and encouraging women. That's something I think is very needed right now, and I'm very glad that GirlScript came in started in India, and it's doing a great job here. So without wasting time, I'll start with the first question. It's for you, Nikunj. And then at any time, if anyone would like to add to the answer, we'll be more than happy to hear from you. So the first question is for the current situation that no one knew that 2020 would turn out like this and will have to face a pandemic. So during this period, lot of people lost their jobs. So what technology or maybe domain should we opt for so as to make sure that irrespective of of the conditions, will still have a job and still have a career?
Okay, that's so nice of you that I'll be answering that. I thought it, if I would be the last, then I would be dropping the mic kind of thing. So, but I'll just give the spoiler alert directly. The tool is curiosity, right? Like that's an abstract answer. Like if you lose your curiosity, no matter COVID, no COVID, something like that, you will always face problem. But yeah, you're right. COVID has impacted our lives, especially the guys who are finishing their education and now about to start their career, right? So I say take this time as an advantage and skill up yourself. So I told in my last session yesterday, where the world is full of portfolios, right? For a designer, you should make a prototype or launch a product. So it's like as a UX designer, I feel like if I talk from the designer's perspective, the only job only skill required was to have some UX thinking or make some UI screens and animations and stuff. But because of COVID, I got a lot of time. So why don't I just learn 3D? Why don't I learn something like like HTML, CSS, or I can just design and develop my own websites. So we can skill up ourselves. And if I talk from tech perspective, I always feel that like for example today React JS and React things are like very you know uh, I'll say on the top. Everybody's talking about like that, and AI and ML, right? I want to do AI, I want to learn machine learning and stuff. But even I had a slide in my previous session about this. Technology will come and go, right? Tomorrow there'll be something new. So if you guys know, there is a new AI tool called GPT-3, right? Which if you don't know, like, you should go and see that. It actually designs website for you. You just have to type, I want a website like stripe.com. It automatically designs and give you the design file without even having anyone involved. So this is where the technology has reached. So as a person, if you are a student, right, you have a lot of time. I'll say you are not impacted with COVID, you are given bonus time because of COVID. So everybody will understand, right, कि COVID के बाद job क्यों नहीं मिला, and
Yeah.
graduation के बाद job नहीं मिला because of COVID, right? And then you will have a story. You should have a story that कि ठीक है क्या किया COVID में. So you remember people ask for job hopping gaps. There is a 2 years of gap in your whole experience. Then yeah, Neha must understand, right? In your recruitment process, a lot of people have their gaps, and there is always a story for that gap, right? And that gap has like, so somebody got pregnant and took care of the child, which is a nice gap to have. Not necessarily you should always do something productive, कि ठीक है ये सीखना ही है, ये करना ही है. It's okay. You should chill, relax, and think beyond. Like, it's like, I'll say COVID की वजह से जो दिख रहा है वो तो हो ही रहा है, but what were the other implications and surprises which happened because of COVID? Make a list of that. There is national education policy which came. ठीक है, अगर graphic designer हो तो start making book covers, because book covers आने वाले हैं. If new books are going to made, and then the new designers will require to make new book covers, right? Just an example like that. Other thing will be uh, yeah, the startup acquisitions happening, right? So there are so many things, right? So it's like, I would also love to hear what Neha and Prasad has to say about this. My point is like to scale up, take that time to uh, learn new things, and just to like, wait, it's okay. Everybody's saying, right, the first sentence on the LinkedIn post, we are all in this together, right? So take it literally, and just give yourself some time and let it all go. So,
So I think I will add in here with Nikunj with all this technical expertise, and he'd been exposed to different thing. Also, when I heard his introduction, I'm like, oh my god, what the youth is doing! I'm like still not aware of half of the words you've been throwing out of the screen. But anyways, see, my passion has been mostly lying not on the technical aspects of the most of the thing, like personally speaking, and also company wise speaking. Well, with the IKEA, the whole focus is that they have been a flag bearer of sustainability. They are more about creating a better life for every day. That has been the most of the values what we all have been driven with. I mean, this is the very core fundamental principle of the company. Likewise, most of the companies have that. I resonate with this whole value, and that's why I think I this particular company was my dream company to join. The people who are graduating right now, and also the generations who are like sitting in the exams to get into those technical degrees. I mean, I will share a very small anecdote from my life. Recently I've been talking to my cousin, and she's in this whole fragile stage of cracking exams and getting into the premium institute, and she has pretty much sorted out her life like 10 years ahead, that I'm going to get into IIT, and the Bombay is going to be the place I want to be in, and then I want to have a job in Google and Facebook and whatnot. And I was like taken aback, because in that age I was all dreaming is that I want to get out of my house. I mean, I don't want to live with my parents anymore. And of course, with this whole pressure of getting into an institute was another dream, and which college and all of those things. Anyways, I would say that, not only focus on the technical aspect of it, because there are some genius mind who's already doing that, okay? But also explore the parallel universe with you. That, what is the other thing? What drives you? For example, with this pandemic, I feel that with India, with such a huge population, and knowing with so much of patience and elderly people, and someone who's not so privileged, I always feel that there has to be certain kind of services where you have trained them for the first aid, or probably you have trained them for the pandemic situation. This is an opportunity just gonna keep coming. I mean, the world is no more about bringing the another country, or probably the another destroying each other with the weapons. It's all about now. These we have been talking about biofare. However, I don't want to drop out all those words here. I don't want to say all those manipulative things. But then you have to think that at any point of time, with this whole globalization, with this whole global warming situation, we will have different kind of disease mutated in very different version, and probably we need a section of people where they are very ready with what to do in these kind of situation. It's going to be difficult to figure out, but why not, we're thinking in those scenario when the COVID is there. Also with the people who have been recently graduating, hey, you are genius, you have got this right now with you. The best thing is that you have not forgotten your theorems and theories. I would say that the education should enable you to take the calculative decisions what you want to do, and stop being stop figuring out your life for another 2 years. Stop doing that. First of all, figure out your life for another 6 months. What do you want to do with that? Because pandemic is a huge learning for all of us that whatever you have planned for another 5 years, it's not going to work out. The world is changing, technology is changing, and the pandemic has changed it to a larger extent. It has impacted our life to a larger extent. So first of all, figure out what you want to do in 6 months. And we all are moving towards a very capitalist mind of making money. Like, yeah, that's required at one point of the time, but at the larger aspect, when there will be no human beings, so probably there will be no ecology to sustain, what are you going to do out of these money? I mean, you will be pretty much struggling with breathing of fresh air, and Delhi is the biggest example of that. So you have all those problem areas right now in front of you. Come on, use it. Sit down with your friends over anything, a cup of coffee or chai or whatever you can do with that, and just discuss and brainstorm those ideas, and just get going with that. You would know how to figure it out. I don't want to give all this theoretical knowledge here, and I think I'm over speaking now. So I will stop myself here, and let's going on with what other people have to think about it.
Thank you so much. Prasad, if you can add a little, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to add to what Nikunj and Neha said. Nikunj said it rightly that upskilling yourself in this current lockdown pandemic situation is very much important. I would say it's a golden opportunity uh, to look at what skills we are lagging and to improve it. And of course, as Neha said, grabbing an opportunity is very much important. And I feel like work from home applications, cloud solutions, e-commerce, and network security, as well as AI applications, are bound to increase in popularity post-COVID. So, learning AI and machine learning is very much important, I feel. And there will be a huge demand for data analysts, business analysts, and cloud engineers, cybersecurity professionals, and digital marketing as well. So these are certain domains I feel students should focus on, and yeah, that will definitely help them to
Okay.
get a
Like all the suggestions are such good suggestions, and I think I've taken every suggestion into my mind because I am a 2020 pass out. And first of all, I'd really love to share that from January itself, I always had really great mentors from my second year itself, and I was doing a 6 months internship from January itself, and I joined the same company as work from home. And recently, last week, I've joined another company as a junior product manager. I mean, I didn't had a result in my hand. I didn't have the score. I didn't have the provisional certificate from college. The only thing they saw is tried out. They tried out giving me some small tasks for 2 days. They saw what I can do, and with the functionalities that I can do, I can see that. They said that I think you behave maturely, I think you can handle. Let's not give it a product manager, but a junior product manager. So for me, this is really a very good opportunity and a very big thing, because I don't even have my result in my hand. So I think that is what you all were saying. I was just, you know, it was all coming into my mind for last 6 months. I've been only going through these words. So yeah, thank you so much. So
Yeah, just to add to the result part which you mentioned like thrice,
mhm,
after 6 years of graduating as an electronics engineer, I still don't have my result with me. So it's like nobody asks for that. Like if they didn't ask that, just move on and don't
exactly.
remind them. So I gave my my like, engineering certificate because they had a spelling mistake in that because of my surname. They feel that it's the Ladani, right? So Ladani is a very common surname in Sindhis, and I often get misjudged as a Sindhi person, so which I'm not. So I gave it back, and after that I move on, like I went to Bangalore, Pune, and here and there. So never came back Mumbai for the first 3 or 4 years, and then I am very lazy to go to Mumbai University and search in that 1,000-acre land for an office who would actually give my result back. Because if you have been to Mumbai University, you will know that why I'm not going there to actually collect my results. So two reasons: I'm lazy and nobody's asking actually. So
And nobody's asking. That is the main best thing. Okay. So Sakshi, let's move on.
Okay, so yeah. Okay. So next question, I'll specifically would like to start with Neha. Now we know that tech companies can work from home, and like we can manage it just sitting at home and starting our laptops. But for the non-tech companies, like you work at IKEA, so how is it there? Like we had lockdown situation, and we didn't know when it was all going to start, or even if it starts, when will people go out, buy things, or actually you could get in contact with people. So how is that situation, and how are you, everything handling there?
All right. So, I mean, while I will not speak that this will be a generalized format for every company or probably from every section of the society, whatever we are interacting, Sweden in general has a very different approach of handling this pandemic. So we never had this whole lockdown. We always had this that the restrictions of number of people in a certain area. For example, in a store, no, not more than 50 people can be in the store at a one time. So that has been the most of the approach. Also, this being more developed country, we have the access of different kind of Wi-Fi, and then people have been tracing how many people at, because your phone usually automatically get connected to that. So there's a different branch who's actually putting this whole observation. When it comes to the company, we have started adopting more of a digital version, like in terms of recruitment. Now digital and video recruitment has been, because it's being adopting its own trend and culture, and it is being normalized also with people. I had given my own video interview before pandemic, where you have a link, you actually, and you don't have to even sit with the other panelist member or probably the recruiter. They had a set of question. Probably they have their own way of psychological analysis of choosing a candidate on a very preliminary stage. So what they used to do is that they give you a set of question, and you have to answer, and the video, you have to record it as a video format, and then those videos generally go out to a certain inbox within the company, and the recruiter then open it up and then see how, what kind of answers you have given based on the question, and they make their own understanding to it. So that has been, I think, is now where we are moving towards, avoiding all this physical presence within a premise. That is what it's happening. Also, I think the new companies have started, like with me, there are a few companies here and there, and they have started introducing their own idea that, this is how we can help you, enabling the work much smoother, and transitioning is going to become much more, clearer and transparent and more like real time basis. So that there are companies who are actually providing solution for big companies also. So that's pretty much is into the take. And big companies also, you have to understand that they have not been like, they are not most of the time working on the most latest technology. So those people who are not working on the latest technology, now they're transforming their business into the latest technology. And with having any company which is huge and like which has employed so many people and has a different product range altogether, it's not easy to change overnight. Even the pandemic cannot make them do overnight, because you have to understand there are people who are working from 20 years and 30 years. They want to get exposed to these kind of technology and learning. In terms of experience, they are much more experienced in the business perspective, but in technical aspect, it's mostly the younger generation who help you that, we can code in this format, or probably we can create a site like this, or the user interface is going to look like this. That's how the new generation are helping us to understand. I still consider myself to be an older generation. So then there the thing is coming, people with the whole old knowledge about the whole idea, the whole ecosystem, plus the introduction of like the changing the small chunks here and there. That's pretty much is taking place, and now it is being like, people are really into it, that no, let's make a change, let's more make it more digitalized. But I don't think that physical presence is going to be obsolete. I mean, it's not going to go away anywhere, because we all have realized through this whole HR medium, we have the discussion that we are frustrated at the end of the day sitting at home. Like, we don't know where to end our job and when to end, like, when to start our personal life, when to start our personal life. So we need that physical presence. To the people have been cribbing meeting 10 times in a week, are like, I want to meet them today, and we all have been craving for that. So we will have the mix of all of those things probably in future, and things are very unpredictable right now. We are taking one step at a time.
Prasad, would you like to
Right.
add something?
Yeah, I feel like businesses for whom work from home is not an option. For example, hospitality or retail business. So bringing in 10 to 30% employees and starting work in a staggered manner will have to be flawless. So following all the social distancing norms, sanitization, as well as the team functionality and operational requirements, all this everything will have to be catered to. So yeah, so it's difficult for non-IT businesses to go back to the normal. They have to adapt to the normal.
I think Prasad is on again. Till then, maybe Nikunj, if you want to add something. Yeah.
Yes, sure. So I feel so. I'm a very big geek and a nerd for futuristic and sci-fi movies, right? And I have always seen this world as an post-apocalyptic world where uh, you know how you're going to live, and so working here remotely is a designer's dream job, right? So I'm very fortunate that my company has also helped me set up a workstation. They have all paid expenses for the whole setup, new monitor and laptop and whatever I need. And they said that, so it's a good thing that they realize that renting an physical space is definitely an expense, right, for everyone. And those who really believe in productive work, they will definitely don't want like anyone to come to a physical space and have 15 chai breaks and 30 sutta breaks and crib about two managers and browse some good websites and no offense to HRs, but like they and play some team event games. So it's like it's Friday, we have fun Friday. Today we are going to play with sellotapes, staplers, like that. So I do enjoy that, but big IT companies, like real big IT companies, they are more in this culture types, right? Which is really important to actually have in a company. Where I am a startup guy where five people together building a startup and then okay, moving on. So it's like extensive work, but in even in that extensive work where there are no weekdays, Sundays, Saturdays, where you have to plan your work. So if even in this COVID times where you're working from home, when you don't have a timetable that when should I leave my laptop or what should I do, you should always have a timetable for yourself that you will only have 4 hours of screen time in a day. Only screen time is laptop and mobile both. So you should follow those healthy habits for living as a healthy human being, because today it was COVID, and I believe in future years there is World War 3 which is coming. I pray that it should not come, but how things are happening around us. So COVID just stopped few things for us, but a war will stop so many things, right? So it's a learning that how we should survive. And as I said, right, people who really want to do, like you guys, like fresh graduates, form a group of people and just make an idea come live. So there are a lot of big companies, like say I'll say IKEA or Tata MNCs or Infosys. They look for agencies to do a lot of good work. They have people in their company, but they will look for agencies to do what? Just supply the PPE and protective kits for the employees. So it's a startup actually. Go and recruit, and go outside and have, who is the best supplier for sustainable tables. Now, so there is a great IKEA table, a big fan. Like every designer is a big fan of IKEA, right? So it is a little bit costly for someone who really wants to set up a very nice, cool workstation. So go and do the Indian version of that table, right? So that's what, like, you should not do that. I'm not encouraging you to do, but it's like, to survive and work and help something, you should always find a gap. Right. And now IKEA cannot provide tables and everything to each and every offices, even though their product is the best. Right. So similarly, we have Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, Jabong, and Myntra, everyone selling one item which is same throughout all their e-commerce channels. Why they are selling same? I have learned that the hard way in Bombay, where there is Zaveri Bazaar, there are 20 jeweler shops next to each other. It's not a competition. Like, my point is, there is no competition if you are providing your service good for the end consumer. No matter how your product is costly, or you are providing more discount, and वो ज्यादा पैसा कम कर रहा है, ये उससे ज्यादा कम कर रहा है, and they kill each other in that, don't go for that. पैसे तो मिलते रहेंगे, right? And as Prasad also said, right, there are few things trending, ML, cloud computing, here and there. I will say everything is trending if you are very good at that, right? And the thing which is not trending and you are the best, that is a rare, talent. Like if somebody who is like totally super pro in Ruby on Rails. Now Ruby on Rails is like, maybe my dad, or his dad, like, were they're not that old, but it's an old tech stack. But if somebody is really pro in that, and there is a big company who has already a software built on Ruby on Rails or some very old technology, they will always want a person who is fully experienced in that, and to just sustain that kind of thing. So I'm not telling you go and learn that. It's just that whatever you do, like, be really great and, like, good at that. So, and just for going out physically will only be to just greet other humans. Like everything, if you feel, will be, is actually happening online. So as I said, right, I'm the lazy person out there. So whatever, if somebody is asking me to do, I'll install an app. So I have 658 apps installed on my phone. You ask me to do something, I will do it online, right? I will search for an app first. Like, is there an app for that? So that's one of my, work or job, description, where a designer has to look for inspirations in current app world. But there are few things which you cannot do in app, through app or through video conference. The thing is, like, having that human connection or human emotions sharing, and that is the only thing required even in future. So think of everything. Even you can share virtual, you have a video call and do exercises together, for comfortable. So my dream now has changed from, owning a 3 BHK flat in Bombay to owning a big bungalow near Lonavala, or somewhere remote in the village where there is good internet, right? So moral of the story, I feel that somebody who really want to do something great, and next exceptional product is to provide free internet to everything, not like Geo, but I have every village occupied with 4G and 5G network towers. The everything will change. I will go out there in a village and have a full remote work. Now retailers and the office guys, now there is no option for them to go out and have a job. But what if they learn social media marketing, and they are able to handle a Shopify e-commerce store? The way they were handling a physical store, if they can handle a store from their mobile, they can handle 10 stores with their mobile, right? They could not go physically in 10 stores to handle and do cash accounts and stuff. It's just a 1 week's course that they can have 10 accounts in their phone, and they can handle 10 stores, right? So it's like, you have to think in a way that what if everything is remote? Like, this is going to be forever, to main kya karunga? And things will just evolve, right? Okay, this is what you can do, like that.
Yeah,
I just
yes,
Yeah,
want to
yes.
give a few points from here, Nikunj. I'm sorry, I'm like just jumping into the conversation. How you
sure, sure,
speak
sure.
really good, you're very technically sound. But what I can also focus that when, of course, with the people who are passing out right now, to them to figure out a
Mhm.
life, and I don't know how, but like I genuinely have no understanding that how many people are so interested, because to cater to a wider range of population and to make them understand like all of those things is slightly different. So tapping into the
Mhm.
the area of opportunity is something I feel that okay, it can only, this particular conversation can only cater to this particular section, and you guys can actually, when you have time and when you know you're interacting with all those students and your friends and your community otherwise, you should tap into those opportunity. And yeah, there can never be one fit solution for everyone, like this is a one size solution and everybody's going to tap into this whole idea. Like I think for the largest part, when you are being a part of an urbane society, you know what are the facilities you're getting in an urbane society. And I think this is just an idea I'm dropping out here. You think, like for example, I'm a small town girl, and I know that if I go back to my town, I know what are the changes I'm looking forward to. For example, my passion area lies into girl education, women empowerment, and there has been so many rallies, and then people are echoing with all of those things. But the thing is, this technologically and how to make it much more smoother, to make it more understandable to the people who don't have that nice of a education background, and that and most of the companies like for example Facebook, Microsoft, IKEA, the bigger companies, you see they have one section. If you go into their career page and if you ever read the website carefully, they have one section which say that startup companies are most welcomed. They have a programs like that where they invite people with the new ideas, and they fund the entire thing, so that they basically they provide a lab for you to develop your ideas. So I would say that students go out there, explore it, what are the people that are doing it, and maybe you can get some inspirational ideas from these kind of platform, and there will be no problem with the funding also. You will be making money at the same time. And who doesn't like cheap services? Because when you start up things, sometimes you sell your product on the lower scale in order to gain traction, and once you have the traction, you can play with the margin and prices. So these are the things you should be also looking at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, right.
definitely.
Uh, yeah, in fact, we usually share a lot of these kind of initiatives by Microsoft, Google, Tata, IBM. They have a lot of hackathons where they take these student startups and fund them. So we usually share a lot of these also, and we partner these events also a lot of time. So yeah, thanks for the suggestion again. Yeah, Sakshi.
As we talked about earlier, that because of this work from home thing, there's no specific boundary like when we used to physically go to offices 9 to 5 and then you can come home and continue with your personal life. But because of this work from home, there is no specific time at which you can end every day and then start on with your personal life. And companies make employees work on weekends as well. Here, Namrita, I know that she has joined just now, but she has to work weekends as well. And even after this, companies are laying off, they are cutting off people's salary. uh, like, I don't think the work has completely stopped for technical companies, because through work from home also we can work exactly how we used to do in offices. So why is this gap? Why are companies laying off so much or cutting on the salary, and where employees are working twice as they used to earlier?
Yeah, I would like to actually take that because I somewhat know the answer. It depends on the company now. So now company used to hire a lot of people to show that how big the company are, like influencers. Okay, is it? I don't know. It's okay to take names here because let it be okay. It doesn't matter anyway. They are there, right? So they used to hire like 300, 400 people per branch per year in from my college. I'm from Somaya, Bombay. So there are like 1,000 people hired from KJ Somaya for one company, big MNC, and I don't know what do they do with those guys. And there are rumors like Xerox machine पे भी खड़े रखते हैं like तुमको.
Yeah, I've heard it
With those
too.
guys. Now, so it's the yeah. See that means that's there somewhere. So point is, the companies used to hire massively, because to show that how big they are, and there is a plan for them and to hire more people for same kind of role. It makes the valuation of the company go up. It doesn't matter how much you work, because everyone knows about the breaks and how much data breaks and how much actually you do in an office. So now they have realized that जो 5 लोग काम करते थे वो एक बंदा काम कर सकता है, right? So now I have to decide which 4 guys I have to just like go away. So it's your responsibility now to be that one person who is going to stay and not those 4 guys. Now उन 4 का कुछ गलती नहीं है. Galti is these situations. We all are stuck in the situation. So now as an employer, I have to think that, okay, I'm paying same salary to 5 people. It doesn't matter to like I can show to someone that, okay, I have a very big company with 50 employees, because काम तो वैसे भी उतना ही होना था and everything is same. Now business तो अभी हो ही नहीं रहा है. Like, so office में लोग क्या आके बोलते थे कि यार मैं तो किया. Like, I was working because everybody saw you working on your laptop while you were playing solitaire and whatever you were doing on your computer. So they have realized. Now the real challenge for a person who really don't want to fit in that section with what Shakshi said was, you make yourself in a way that you are actually working in an office. So you start on at 10 and just turn off your internet at 5. Literally, like that is one thing to do. Now as you said, right, ऐसा करेंगे तो बोल देंगे कल से मत आओ, कोविड है, ले ऑफ हो गया, right? Now that means, okay, your work did not matter to them, and it is happening, right? So let's take an example of some person who used to work at a shop, in malls. Like, there are people, like, who are just standing there and selling things, and on the shop retailers in mall. Now उनको तो बेचारे को तो कुछ अभी काम है ही नहीं. Now everybody, सबको same time है, everybody is working at the same time, everybody is same in this situation. I will say it's a restart for everyone, right? If it would have been impacted, सबकी job चली जाती थी and सबको पैसा नहीं मिलता था. Now you are at a stage where it is a complete restart, that कि तेरा भी job गया because you were earning 2 lakhs per month, and तेरा भी job गया कि you were earning 20,000 per month. You both are now at same stage. Now you both have to decide कि now what to do, right? So a physical guy, a guy who is a person who is working in a physical office, will all, if they will only think that कि मेरा boss मुझे वापस बुलाए और मुझे ही रखे and बाकी 4 लोग को निकाले. That's not the way to think. The thinking should be having a foresight. The online thing, so as I said, make a list of things which actually happened and changed because of COVID. PPE kits are available now. Vera Moda is also launching masks. Like अभी 2,000 रुपए का मास्क मिल रहा है जो 20 रुपए का मिलता था. And everything is now evolving, and people are just tapping in the opportunities and धंधा कर रहे हैं. Like वो तो इंडियन, हर इंडियन के खून में है, right? And पैसा बोलता है at the end. But in the end पैसा बोलता है. उसके पहले तो you should scale up and prove yourself valuable, that कि ठीक है तुम पैसा कमा सकते हो. And best time is for you guys as a fresher, that कि you, as I said in my last session yesterday, think of everything as science, commerce and arts. The way you choose science, commerce and arts from your school is because that is the combination of that is going to form a business. It involves everything. There should be some creativity, innovation through art. There is some analytical and experimentation done in a business through science, and definitely commerce se paisa banega, right? So uh, take that same time which is given to you and each and everyone in the whole world, and just observe the world, right? So and because of office, I'll say, if somebody is actually lowballing and telling you that के weekend पे भी काम करना होता है, ये करना होता है, make yourself that confident. If you say someone that के I really love my personal space, I'm not going to pick up your phone after 5 p.m. I have listened that thing from so many people, and I have told that thing to so many people. उनको गरज है तो वो आएंगे because I am valuable. I don't care about what company you are. It's just that, okay, you may find someone like me, go find someone like me. Now this takes a lot of courage, of course. It's not खाने का खेल नहीं है, सबको जरूरत है, अभी तो कोई ऐसा बोलता नहीं है, which is also true. But I will say that try and make yourself that valuable in whichever role you are, that उनको तुम्हारे बिना वो कंपनी चलना ही नहीं चाहिए. Like they should like feel, ठीक है, कोविड में लोगों को lay off कर रहे हैं, I will give you bonus. I have seen that happening because that person used to do job for everyone, and manager लोग ज्यादा निकाले क्यों गए, because they don't need managering now. So that's the thing, right? So it's up to you. You all have given that same, we all have given that same opportunity, and not opportunity I'll say, but the same time and same restart. So uh it if you just restart your life, even if you're working and you lost your job since 5 years and whatever it is, this is a restart you can think. And सबका story तो same ही है ना. Like if you go and find a new job, completely different person, like everybody is trying in design these days, coming from all different backgrounds, or and they are like, okay, ठीक है, covid की वजह से I started this course, I started learning UI UX, and now I'm a UI UX designer. Very easy, making a case study, portfolio, behance dribble सब बना दिया. So everybody listens to that. It's just that your effort should be visible in that whatever kind of work which you do. Same happens for technical stuff, right? If I not talk about design, I'll say about if you're a technical person who loves to code and programming, go to GitHub, find open source projects, contribute. Like you don't even need a resume if you have a GitHub repo and you have a lot of commits in open source projects, right? कोई नहीं पूछता है कि क्या है resume, क्या है, कुछ नहीं. So community पे if you keep talking to people in on lot of projects and go to attend webinar. अभी तो meetups नहीं है, so I love physical meetups, because not because of somebody who used to come like me and just chat for 3 hours. It's just that to actually meet people physically and remember them for future and make connections. And you get visibility in the whole community, and that's how you become visible. It's like
Nikunj, I will be jumping in. I have to say that I would leave the session probably in 10 minutes. I can say that it has been so wonderful listening from you and Prasad, and of course these young girls are doing some amazing job. That's incredible. Just to give before I leave this session, I want to give few very important points to this generation, which we really are counting on. The technical aspects are really good, and I think Nikunj and Prasad have some really valuable points here. On the very humane level, if I have to really explain that, always focus on the emotional aspects of the human being, and if you can tap into this whole technological advancement, that's going to be another genre you can be talking about, because I know, see, the crowd of the India, how it works out, and that is a space I am talking in. When we hire the people from even the, IKEA has a very different way of hiring people cross borders, and probably the most of the companies have. They maximally hire Indians to do and get their support job done here. All right. So that's the trend. And that has been the trend following from years, because we are known that we are cheap labor who will be supporting the technological part. We have always has the developers, the testers, and all of those people being hired from India. When it comes to business, they never hired Indian for the business. When it comes to more think about any of the product, they never hire Indians for that, because they know that Indians can only do job for long hours, and they are good with these things. So what I'm trying to say is that don't really, I mean, focus on the technological part, because that's day in and day out. That's pretty much you're surviving on. Now that is something is next to the oxygen. I can say that this is how we are doing, but also explore the psychological part of the entire crowd and also the business. And then because these will be your niche skills, and these will be the things where less of the people will be joining, and joining and probably proving the skills after this whole pandemic zone. Do that. Be the best version of your own personality. Be that. And I can tell you, the whole Indian way of working so far, and I cannot say like how the things have changed in past 5 years. Probably there would have been a different revolution in the working culture. So when I'm saying working culture and all of those, the human resource aspect of a company, and Nikunj, we do not always make rangolis for that matter, especially in Sweden. What we always do, we always focus on the psychological impact, the whole feedback thing. What do you want to do? The more one-to-one focus and how we can improve. We're always putting the employees at the first. We always make them feel special, that this is your home and this is what you want to do. And that is what you need to do. You need to break the monotony of the whole working culture. And with my first job, I landed through a meetup. And I will add to the Nikunj point here. It's always good to meet people. It's always good. Tap into their ideas and get going. Maybe you will find something very interesting, and maybe those ideas are already existing, but what's wrong in having a parallel idea of your own in your own platform? Because you will have a huge consumer data. I mean, there will be 10,000 people, like, a very basic example. We in the world, we observe 4 or 5 religion, like Hindu, Muslim, Jewish, and then there's some more I don't want to like name out here. Every religion pretty much have the same fundamental. They have their own ways of observing rituals and performing them. And every those religion, with the part of the world they're belonging, they have customized those rituals as per their need, but the fundamentals is same. And these 4 religions are actually are coexisting together, and they have a huge followers too. We have been hugely manipulated and brainwashed around that. So the idea is that even though the idea is existing in the world, still there's no harm in trying with your own thoughts. So I mean, you people have got this immense opportunity. Don't just get down and bog down with the whole idea that we'll not have a placement for next year, or probably will not have anything to do, and we are sitting at home, and we just need to recover for all the things we have lost. No, 1 year is no loss in your life. There's no, 1 year cannot be a loss in your life. This is a golden opportunity to tap in, and we need to have more and more of this conversation, that stop putting that we are stagnant. This was needed. You fast to cleanse your body. You do certain things so that you can detoxify. So I think this is a time when the entire world is detoxifying. So have more conversation of not recovering what we have lost, but more like how we can take it further, how what we have learned so far, and spread the good words around it. So anyways, on this note, I would not speak more here. Thank you so much for inviting me to this session. It is much more of an eye-opening session for me. I think I am taking away a lot of good knowledge from this session. Nikunj, I would really like to connect you otherwise, and Prasad with you also. Maybe I would love to talk more about the things. If it's okay, can you ping me your LinkedIn profile if it's not too much to ask for?
Yeah, sure. I'll
Yeah.
send you a LinkedIn invite instead. Let's do that. Okay.
Are you able to find me on LinkedIn? Because Neha is like another religion. There's so many
See,
Nehas out there.
Neha, IKEA. I found you like on the second name. Like it's okay.
All right. Okay. So you send me an invite. That's really humble and very kind of you.
Yeah.
Let's connect. And you girls, whenever you feel that you should have more session, I'm more than happy to help you out. And if my words are encouraging and probably giving you ideas, oh, I feel special now because I don't find myself to be that valuable. So good luck, and have a nice time and nice evening ahead. Okay.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Neha.
Nice
Thank
talking
you.
to
This
you,
Thank you
was
so
Neha.
much.
Thank you so much, Neha.
Thank
yeah,
you. Thank you.
this was
Come
very
back to your
very
country
interesting.
soon. Bye.
I hope we could let's do something out of it, and then I will come back to India. I love it. I mean, and I'm not saying with this whole Swades thing that oh my God, after going back like away from India, how much you have realized. But I want to talk on the more real terms. But someday other, because I have a friend
Yes.
waiting, and I don't want to make her wait for a long time. So let me be a good
Cool.
hostess for now. All right.
Sure.
Okay, bye guys. Enjoy your time.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you.
sure. Bye.
Yeah, so actually, I would like to add to what Nikunj said. I completely agree with what he said. I also remember engineering days, a lot of companies used to hire 300 to 400 students every year. And what happens, a lot of freshers end up going on bench immediately after joining the company. Companies or otherwise
Yes.
companies put around 6 people on a single project while only 1 or 2 people are required. So, for example, adding a simple HTML button to a web app, the company gives a time of 5 days. So, because this happens because there are more people working on the same project. And talking about cost cutting, it is happening because companies are reducing the employees. Also, there are less client-side projects coming down from US and UK as their economy is slowing down. And um, I feel in a city like Mumbai and Pune, many companies end up spending as much or more, I would say, on rent than they want any employee salary. So in time like this, when survival has become the key, I feel remote work is one path that firms can take to cut the cost and most probably even increase the, work from home can increase productivity. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Sakshi, if we can move
We
on to the
have
next
one more
question.
question for you both. Yeah, so now that e-learning platform is having a boom in its market value, will digital teaching in classroom post-pandemic will be preferred over traditional teaching, or will go back to how it was before?
Adding to this, basically, I feel almost in all metro cities, all the colleges and schools already have projectors and tablets in use. And but yes, of course, more and more schools and colleges will adapt to this new normal. They have to, and there will be a huge increase in demand of computers for students as well as for the schools and colleges. Yeah. So consumer technology sale will increase if the government or if the school decides to take the complete thing online, then consumer technology sale is going to definitely increase. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. But so I am a very like I also am passionate about teaching and stuff since school. So from my last session, I was teaching physics once I graduated my college. So even through my colleges, I was teaching physics, and my retirement plan is like I'm teaching in that auditorium, like how that virus was teaching in Three Idiots movie, right? And like standing there, and I only have 10 years left to do that because at 40 or 38 I'm retiring. So I feel even if the digitalization comes, for the total digital education, it was already there before COVID, right? And I will feel that the teaching and the education part, the physical part will never go away. And as like if I be a parent in future, I will definitely want my kids to go in a physical tuition rather than spoiling their eyes in digital tuition or homeschooling, right? So it's like just think of us, like हम लोग भी तो पढ़ के अभी just काम कर रहे हैं. Would you feel okay of learning whatever you have learned, having chats with friends and seeing your another home outside your actual home, and वो नहीं मिलेगा कुछ भी, and just घर पे बैठ के सब करना है. It's like the rooms which you will be shifting. Living room में घर है, मेरे study room में school है. So that will be normal because of the enforce, like people will enforce that thing that ठीक हम सब ऑनलाइन करेंगे ये वो, because now schools have actually another way to increase the students fees कि ऑनलाइन लेक्चर्स ठीक है 4,000 रुपये महीने का और बढ़ा दो. Because I've seen lot of schools like they are like buy uniforms from us, buy books from us only, no other outside things happening here and there. This is one more reason. Not all schools will do that, but a lot of people will actually try and gain a lot of take opportunity of this situation stuff. But I feel the way these things have been taught, anything has to be taught physically is the best way like to learn. And it will never go over. So just think of like this, like that. Before COVID, digital education फिर भी था. Byju's was already there, or some great app was already there to learn. YouTube था, right? सब अवेलेबल था, फिर भी लोग स्कूल पे तो जा ही रहे थे, कॉलेज तो जा ही रहे थे. अब तो फोर्स किया है उन्हें कि स्कूल नहीं जा सकते, इसलिए डिजिटल पढ़ो, right? Now after this COVID, people, somebody will realize that कि ठीक है अब तो ये लोग दोनों करते हैं, स्कूल भी आना चाहेंगे एंड डिजिटल भी पढ़ना चाहेंगे. सो सबसे बड़ा फायदा क्या होगा कि एक रिमोट गांव में, विलेज में जो स्कूल है, वहां पे कोई एमआईटी का प्रोफेसर या हार्वर्ड का प्रोफेसर लेक्चर दे सकता है ऑनलाइन. Now this should be the takeaway with this COVID revolution or digital enforcement which happened. Not that कि बच्चा घर पे बैठ के पढ़े, सब कुछ ऑनलाइन अवेलेबल हो. Okay, everyone like who wants to attend a college, it has to be a physical college. Go out, and a person can feel free, right, when they go out of their house and try to find that okay what I actually want, because घर पे तो bias हो जाते हैं, right? Because it's not because of like something wrong or something bad, it's just that your ideas get clouded with a lot of things. and you really want to be home and be chill and family person at when you are at home. But when you go outside, you are around a lot of other intelligent friends, and यार इसने तो ये किया, यार मुझे भी करना है, तो let's do this course together, let's go, let's learn guitar together. ये सब friends and other community से मिलता है, घर से भी मिलता है, but घर से अलग मिलता है, friends से अदर अलग मिलता है. So uh, definitely a lot of platforms are getting funded, and educational online होने लगा है, हो जाएगा. एंड हर महीने एक नया एजुकेशन स्टार्टअप आएगा and उसको करोड़ों रुपए देंगे, lot of VCs and all. But that does not mean that is the future, right? And if everybody is going towards that, be like that Jack and play at that place where no one is playing. So सब digital जा रहे हैं, तो you try to make that physical school where these things are happening. So my output, like my takeaway from this was, I will have that physical space no matter what, and have all the education accessible to that place around the world. बच्चों को तो आना ही है वहां पे, it's a school. It's just that they should not be present inside a house and ठीक है अब तो तुमको मोबाइल और लैपटॉप से ही सारा का सारा एजुकेशन लेना है. So it has to be a balance. That's what I say.
Yeah,
Definitely.
exactly.
Even now we have our lectures online, and it's never the same sitting at home in front of a laptop and sitting in a classroom full of students attending. That one-to-one connection can never be achieved through screen. So
Right, right.
Yeah,
I
that's
think physical
one to one
education
is
shouldn't go
also
away.
there, and also one to many is also there, right? Like I have
Yeah,
been the
yeah.
last middle bencher person where if you get bored, you should realize you get bored and you should take action of throwing notes at somebody else. Now this is an interaction of every person learning in a class. It is needed for a person to realize that कि मैं बोर हो रहा हूँ इसलिए मैं पेज पे ड्राइंग कर रहा हूँ या फिर making rockets and throwing at each other. Or else when you are sitting in front of a screen, even if you realize you are getting bored, you will just open another tab or maybe do something else, right? So
Yeah.
instead of that, like screen ka to screen hi hai na, you cannot go and just do something else when you are being bored while in online lecture. But physical lecture में क्या कर सकते हो, टीचर नहीं देख रहे तो तुम क्लास से बाहर भी भाग सकते हो, right? So that is
That is another
also a
part.
much required interaction in physical learning, right? And भले कोई कुछ भी बोले, everyone knows कि कैसे पढ़ के आते हैं, right? Everyone has a different kind of story, but I cannot imagine a complete educational shift having total digital learning like that. अगर वो होना था तो वो बिना कोविड के भी हो गया होता, because पहले से ही सब कुछ अवेलेबल है ऑनलाइन, राइट? यू कैन गेट हार्वर्ड सर्टिफाइड इन एनी सर्टिफिकेशंस थ्रू ऑनलाइन. पैसा है, पैसा भरो, सर्टिफिकेट मिल गया. फिर भी लोग स्कूल जाते थे बिकॉज स्कूल का अलग ही वाइब है, राइट? सो
Yeah, basically I feel in person में जो हम टीचर्स को डाउट पूछ सकते हैं and the way teachers can explain it is far way different than a teacher explaining online. And
Ex-
basically, what will happen? The schools and colleges need to be ready to face any kind of situations in future. For that, they need to provide the right tools for the remote teaching to their teachers, which is a crucial part I feel, and which is the difficult part. If you think from the school or the college perspective, training all the teachers
true.
because recently we have seen a lot of students coming online and I would say disturbing or harassing teachers in some playful or in different ways. So yeah, as a teacher perspective, it gets really difficult to understand the current technology, and so schools and colleges should provide more and more training. And of course जिससे physical training का feel है वो तो it cannot be changed. E-learning cannot replace. Never.
Of course. Like
Yeah.
100% digital, I think is really a very weird idea. But yeah, having these digital things, if we are up with this digital thing in schools, then I think we should continue this at a at a certain point till like extra classes jo hote the, we can keep those here because best part of digital is we have it saved, we can see that thing again, so that is the best part I feel. And apart from the regular studies, if you're doing something extra, like I'm doing a distant MBA currently, I don't know if I'll get to
Mhm.
go for an MBA in next 2 years because mama papa is saying no, no, not going abroad for next 2 3 years. So I thought let's start with a distant MBA. So these things, apart from doing something regular, that is the best part of
But the
digital.
watching repeat lectures, I just want to point
Ha,
out that because it's a part of my another session which I tell people where they think that the design and art can be taught online. So there is another
hmm,
whole course where I say that it cannot be, because
cannot.
watching a lecture again and again, अभी इतना facilities है सबको, they don't have to stress the memory. Student का
Yeah,
memory तो मतलब side में ही है, right? You watch
yeah.
anything and repeat बार बार, so notes लेने का फायदा क्या? Like how I
Hmm.
used to learn was like I tried to remember कि क्या बोला था उसने इसके बाद, and message other 10 other friends कि यार इसके बाद क्या. But now repeat lectures देख के, so now let's see, everybody is watching same repeat lecture again and again. That means that same content is gone to everyone. Now there is
Yeah.
no value for how great someone, how great memory is there for someone, right?
Grasping
So
power.
what is
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
What is the level of intellectuality which you will be measuring for that student? अगर तुम उसको सब कुछ दे रहे हो, अभी डिजिटल एक्सेस दे रहे हो कि सब रिसोर्सेस अवेलेबल है, बार बार देखो, फ्री में देखो, like learn everything for free. So
Hmm.
what is that measurement which you will actually have to identify that okay, what this student is actually good at? If you are not giving them paints and colors physically and telling that okay, draw rubbish things on screen somewhere and say that okay, then you realize कि ये क्या कर सकता है, right? Give them Lego bricks or some basic building blocks and see how that student's mind and opens up. अगर ये नहीं है तो how you measure? Because it totally depends on everyone's mind, right? How you actually absorb the content and what you take out from that. So अभी इतना सब ज्ञान किया हम लोग ने, इधर इधर बातें किया and lot of things, and I assume like even Sakshi, Namrata, Prasad, you all three have something different which you have etched in your mind, वो तुम कभी नहीं बोलोगे, right? भले, and even if you see this video again, you will wait for that moment कि अरे हाँ इसने इसके बाद ये बोला था, अरे नेहा ने IKEA के बारे में ये बोला था, right? So that is required when you read a book. I always prefer reading a book, rather than watching a video or thing, because once I saw my first movie of Harry Potter, I read the other books,
I swear,
because
same.
book में and movie में a lot of difference, right?
Lot of
And
difference.
do not cover everything what is there in books, and books are used to enhance your imagination, but I wanted to give a face to Hermione, so I saw the movie, I know how she looks, and then I read the other book. So now
Again.
the images are already there in my mind when I'm reading a book. So now even if I'm reading another book, if I find some character good, I give Emma Watson that face. Or actually, I am the director and the casting manager of all the characters in the book which I'm reading. So that is required for anyone to enhance their creativity and just to become a better person at analyzing and observing things. But digital say सब कुछ available है, right? अभी, so you have to try and find how to surpass that. Abhi AI can design things. I'm getting worried at my job, right? You guys are still going to start कि क्या करना है. अभी जो already जितना काम कर रहे हैं उनके भी job खतरे में है. So I feel you should design that software itself, which is going to take away 10 people's job. It's no harm in that because those 10 people need to upskill, right?
Definitely.
So yeah, I think bore कर दिया मैंने बहुत पका पका के ना.
Before
No, no,
Nega.
not at all.
Adding
Yeah, okay,
not
thanks.
Not at all, in
Yeah,
fact.
so adding to the good point, I feel that e-learning and all is good, but e-learning platform से जो certificate हम gain करते हैं, उसका
Mm-hmm.
credibility भी देखना चाहिए, उसका value company ने
Yes.
understand करना चाहिए. Like doing a distant MBA or distant MS, our companies are most probably going to like उसका कुछ वैल्यू होगा या नहीं होगा, क्योंकि हम अभी देखते हैं डिस्टेंस एमबीए एंड ऑल, इफ यू डू अलोंग विथ योर रेगुलर स्टडी और सॉरी रेगुलर जॉब, तो कंपनीज उसको वैलिड कहीं ना कहीं पकड़ती है. बट डूइंग फुल टाइम कोर्स और फुल टाइम मास्टर्स कोर्स, अभी भी काफी ट्रेडिशनल कंपनीज उसे ही मतलब वैल्यूएबल समझती है. So yeah, e-learning and all is good, but of course, as Nikunj said, reading a book and watching videos can never be the same. So
Yeah.
True. And value, right? I really like the way value came up. Everything should have a value, right? Even if you are doing a course, ठीक है, good, करो, पैसा भर रहे हो, distant MBA, very nice college. What will be the value? So it's like, say, I am coming here and giving some on GirlScript Maharashtra Summit. Now, what I am looking at, right? What is that value being created to me? My value is क्या मुझे कब से इतना बात करना था, but मैं किससे करूँ घर पे बैठ के? That was one. But अभी जैसे पता चला live YouTube है, तो I cannot talk to the participants, so I was
Audience.
sad. But ठीक है, like that is the new normal. So I'm looking for somewhere where actually I talk and okay 100 लोग question कर रहे हैं, मैं इतना बोल रहा हूँ, so I have to burst out, right? Because all these
Yeah.
things are happening in my mind and on paper and everywhere. I'm like, okay, where should I do that outburst? So it's a human habit. जो लोग जैसे होते हैं वैसे वो हमेशा रहेंगे, they will never change. कोविड आया है, कोविड ना आए. So that is my value. I took that value कि मुझे कब से बोलना था, तो मेरा next week is going to be very nice week. I will be very productive next week because सारे ideas जो भी brain में थे इधर उधर brainstorm किया and 2-3 session किया. So that is one of the reason I take classes and lectures on weekends where I talk to different people and I understand, okay, whatever I'm thinking is right and get validated and just share ideas, share stories, and okay, so that's me. And
Yeah.
apart from that, like everyone should do that. Find that, okay, ठीक है, chill करना है, okay, no problem, Netflix and chill. There are sessions which I have planned that if you guys are Netflix lovers, go and watch Social Dilemma today. So Social Dilemma, the latest Netflix पे आया है अभी documentary, and I believe it will blast your brain off, like how the way, even if we are talking right now when it is being live streamed on YouTube, अगर मैं YouTube के बारे में 10 गाली भी दे दूंगा, they will block away if they are monitoring that. So that how the world has become creepy these days, right? So that's one of the reason I'm looking and moving forward in the direction of owning a piece of internet for yourself. Also balancing your life, that कि इतना काम नहीं करना है कि सब पूरा life ही चला जाए. So काम ही काम करो. And I recommend this book called The Company of One. If you guys want to start reading one, that's a great book which says that
Definitely.
how to stay small and be more qualitative, right? If you're starting a company, two people are starting a company, you can serve say 5 clients for an example. Don't dream of and don't plan of serving 10 clients next year. Think of giving extra value to those 5 clients next year. Stay small, be happy, and enjoy life. So your dream if you're starting a business should not be that कि मेरे startup को 100 crore funding मिले, 200 billion value हो and Reliance acquire करे, right? So that those are dreams of some other guys, which is good. But now you guys are starting up, so my advice to you will be जितना चाहिए सैलरी ना, लाइक इतने खर्चे हैं, उतना एक जॉब ले लो and try and find which makes thing which makes you happy, because more your salary will become, it will never be more, right, for anyone. It's a number, right? The illusion
Never
of
be enough.
number, which is like it's never enough.
Never
So
satisfied. Yeah.
and 30% tax will always be there. So
Okay.
so जितना भी कमाओ 30% तो जाएगा ही उसका maximum. And so it's like if your balanced worked out your balanced life in future after 5 years is, कोई अगर आपको पूछा interview में where do you see yourself in 5 years, answer that I'm working as the same role in your same company, maybe whatever promotion and increment which you have given, but personally I would have actually acquired these many skills. ठीक है, गिटार भी सीख लूंगा, पियानो भी सीख लूंगा, स्विमिंग भी सीख लूंगा, डांस भी सीख लूंगा, this thing. So try to see yourself and plan your growth in these lines, like how Neha went Sweden and now she is enjoying her life there. Have a plan like that. ठीक है, you are a senior person in a very big company, senior person in a very small company, doesn't matter. If you want to be a leadership person, then second year say try for being becoming a lead. It totally depends how you want to live your life, right? So staying small and staying happy is the new motto of, a person who really wants to enjoy life and work both together, because zyada paisa zyada tension, that is also the bold truth of life, right? So
True.
yeah, बहुत सारा ज्ञान हो गया. Now I will not be taking any specific like ज्ञान question. If there is specific question, then do let me know, or else I think it was nice. It was nice talking, and
Yeah,
I feel it was nice listening to me too.
It was very
yeah,
nice.
actually,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Prasad, you're saying that.
I wanted to add something. Basically, my advice for the freshers, fresh graduates, and as well as to students would be try to do more and more internships, because internship से क्या होता है, एक clarity मिल जाता है whether you want to continue the work that you do in internship as a full time work or not. So try to do more and more internships, as well as focus on personal projects. Personal projects has a lot of value when you go out after post pandemic. Jobs के इंटरव्यू में personal projects are very much important, I feel. And yeah, so that's it.
Okay.
Thank you so
Uh,
much, both of you, for being here. We are so glad that you could take out time from your schedule and talk with us. Like, it was great. Everything that you said, all of your advices, all of your suggestions, we are going to take it and take it as a great thing. Like, today was
Forward.
great.
Yeah.
We had both
Yeah.
of you twice for GirlScript, and we are so glad to have you here, and we'll love to have you again and again for next summits also.
Yeah, and
Sure.
basically, we had a lot of questions, but when I like just now I switched the tab and I went through all the questions. The conversation we had in last 1 hour or maybe more than 1 hour, that conversation covered every question. So we actually had only 3 to 4 questions
Exactly.
told by Sakshi, but I think everything is covered. And uh, the kind of suggestions we had in this panel discussion, I think many of the students would be reaching out to you personally for many things. So I think you will have to deal with that. So
Yeah,
Sure,
no,
anything.
no,
See, that's what I
very good.
actually look forward. So, people
Yeah,
just picking out the brain and coming with wild thoughts, and that can only come from fresh grads, right?
yeah.
Because like-minded people, if me and Prasad are talking, we will talk about blockchain and things we understand. You guys will be like, okay, क्या कर रहे हैं ये लोग, and like so it's like to listen something new. Definitely, we will need fresh grads that कि ठीक है अभी अभी मस्त कॉलेज से ग्रेड होके निकले and the brain is full flat, right? अभी क्या करूँ is the question in the mind.
Yeah.
And I really love to actually you know help someone decide what they want to pick, rather than actually so if I am the person who can talk neutrally about each and every vertical, like if you say that, okay, if you want me to talk on rocks, I can distinguish between sedimentary rocks, rudimentary rocks, and what type of rocks you should have in your life. And so that's me. I can keep talking about anything for an hour, for hours, right? So
Right.
it helps the other person to realize that कि ठीक है इतना कुछ है तो मुझे क्या करना है, like that person what they need to do. So yeah, feel free to let them
Actually,
ping
we
me
had
on
so much.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
had so many
Exactly.
confusions, like what to focus on, what to do exactly, and are we going in the right direction? And actually, your sessions helped a lot with this. So thank you
just
so much. It was
just feel free to connect with us on any social media platform. Just ping
Yeah,
us, and I personally like to meet a lot of new developers. I'm missing a lot of meetups, in-person meetups right now, and yeah. So basically, I
how
like
we
to meet
all
new
are.
developers solving their problems. So I'm always
let
open to guide
girls
anyone.
script should be the one, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Why don't you organize a small meetup the was very first, like there are no guidelines to organize a meetup, right? But शादी के लिए guideline है, it's not शादी शादी भाई. So
We
50
all
people
are
are allowed, right?
yeah, 50 people are allowed, I
Actually, we
think.
would love
So,
to, but there's nothing compared to a physical meetup, and these virtual
Yeah.
meetups don't do what physical
अभी
meetups
अभी
do.
क्या होगा ना,
So
if you
as
have
soon
that
as things
talent, right?
normalize, we'll love to have one.
We'll
Like
definitely have.
you can go and get physical space for free these days because उनको भी पड़ी है
हाँ,
ना अपने धंधे की. So they will
exactly.
actually give you free, the space to for rent for a very cheaper price, and you can go and just figure out and have that first physical meetup. And Pune में कर सकते हैं. Pune is a very lovely space, right?
Definitely
My
have.
dream of
Right
like
now,
my dream
Yes, yes,
place is
sure.
Pune. So
okay.
uh,
Okay. Right now, I am in Mumbai and Sakshi is in Pune. I guess Prasad is in Pune and Nikunj, I think you are in Mumbai. So it's like
yeah.
we all are at different parts right now. So maybe let us, let everything let everything just come on the rules again, and then we'll
And do it
definitely
in
have.
Pune. There is Lonavala. There is the in between Mumbai and Pune, right? And I am 100% sure that people will be shifting their meetups and stuff in those
Yeah,
things, and those
it's
resorts and good hotels which are
open
empty,
spaces. Yeah,
and
yeah.
they will definitely
And
allow, like
everyone
for
would
girls
love to
trip.
come.
Yeah, so I am like waiting कि कुछ तो कोई reason हो कि मैं यहाँ से गाड़ी लेके निकलूं, and and yeah, so you can try. GirlScript के नाम पे दे भी देंगे because it's not for profit
Yeah,
organization,
yeah.
empowering diversity and education. I remember that first two lines very easily. So
Thank you so much.
cool. Chalo, thanks.
Okay.
Tell everyone
So
whoever wants to connect, connect on LinkedIn. I'll answer all the questions which are there
yes, yes,
available
we
for
share
Sure,
me and
sure.
Prasad
profiles
both.
on our social media so they can connect to you whenever they want to. And apart from
Sure.
that, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all the advices, all the suggestions, and giving so much of your time. Nikunj, I think you were busy with something. Even then, you gave almost 1.5 hour of yours. So thank you
Yeah, no,
so much for
I
that.
thought actually it was at 5:30. So the guests were going to
Okay.
come at 5:30 and they have came. They
Acha.
just came.
Okay.
And I thought
Okay.
5:30
Okay.
होगा तो नहीं कर पाऊंगा, तो I said no before दोपहर को तो. But
Thank God
4:30
we
था
had it.
time में लगा good.
Okay, and Prasad, thank you so much for giving your whole day, like afternoon also, then again. So thank you so much, both of you. And I think we'll again have a physical meetup also with both of you, so we can actually meet and talk, discuss about a lot of ideas. And
Yes.
yeah, thank you so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Thank you so much. Thanks Sakshi. Thanks
Goodbye.
Namrata. Thanks Prasad.
Bye.
Bye.
yeah. Bye
Bye.
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 And thanks to all my members. Thanks to Sakshi who was there with me throughout and who was streaming, who was doing the introduction part. Then, if Sakshi, if you can just have that poster with us where we have all our members, yeah.
Yes, yes, sure. Give me a second.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, sure. So, thank you so much to GirlScript Foundation, first of all, who gave us this opportunity to have such awesome speakers with us. We all have a lot of connections, but sometimes we don't have that one opportunity when we can talk to such people. Now, I wanted to talk on this topic, we discuss on this topic with a lot of people since March, but GirlScript gave us this opportunity to organize this summit, and now we are here. So this is our team who had been working for last 2 weeks, for yesterday, today, and obviously we'll be working tonight also for the post event things. So thank you so much to each and every member here. Special thanks to Sakshi for like being there all the time, full time she was here. Uh, and I think thanks to Progate, who was a partner with us, who gave us the who are giving the winners their prizes, which is a lot of help from their side. And Progate is always there with us in any GirlScript event. So thank you so much to Progate also. And lastly, thank you so much, my team. I think all of my team must be somewhere, looking somewhere and where they must be searching what to do next. So even if you're not hearing at this point, I know they'll be going through the whole session. So thank you so much. Yeah. And good day, good weekend. Have a good
Thank
weekend.
you, Namrata. You were the lead. You were leading us. That's why this whole event was possible.
Yeah, yeah, of course. So yeah.
Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Good day.